Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's class will be about exponents and powers. Once again, just very basic algebra stuff that you'll definitely need throughout your whole school journey. I guess you'll need it all throughout middle school, all throughout high school, I'm assuming. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any questions about the content I teach, then make sure to let me know in the comments down below and I'll definitely answer you and try to explain it to you a little bit better. Or if you just want to message me on my Instagram or my Twitter, you guys can do that. They are up here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Let's go. So starting off the lesson, I'm gonna just cover a few things about exponents and powers. So the first question is, what are exponents? Exponents are the number of a variable that represents the number of times the base is used as a factor. By the way, my variables lesson will be up in the iCard above and also down in the description below, so go check that out if you guys don't know what that is. Next we have, what are powers? Powers are the result of repeated multiplication. That's definitely a little bit confusing. I totally understand. That's what the textbook says. So I will, just to put it in a little bit easier words and to kind of show you guys what it actually looks like without explaining it in this textbook manner. Exponents look like this. So here we have a base number of 4, and then here we have the exponent of 3. So exponents can be literally any number. I will not be going over negative, but I will be going over 0 and above. So what this means is the above expression for this can be called 4 to the third power. And what you have to do is just multiply 4 by itself 3 times. So you would do 4 times 4 times 4. As you guys can see, I multiplied 4 by itself 3 times, which means it is 64. You can also write this as 4 exponent of 3 is 64. And then people just say this as 4 to the third power is 64. So here we have some more examples. I just kind of gave you guys the first 3 exponents, 1, 2, 3, and then I went to 6 and then n as an example. So first we just have 10 to the first power is just 10. I'll go more into about exponents that are just 1. And then here we have 4 to the second power, which is just 4 times 4. You multiply 4 by itself twice, 1, 2, and that just equals 16. Next up we have 5 to the third power, and here we just have to do 5 times 5 times 5, 1, 2, 3, which equals 125. Because if you do with the math, then it's just 5 times 5 is 25 times another 5 is 125. Next up we have just a random number. I just picked 6. So it's just 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 to the 6th power is 117,649, I believe. And then here are variables. I covered this in my last lesson about what variables are. Go check that out once again. So it's just x times x, how many times n is, so on. So then some important things to note. Any number to the 0th power is just 1. No matter how big or small the base number is. It could be as small as 2. It could be as big as whatever this number is. This is not a degree sign. This is a 0. Just want to point that out. When they're talking about exponents, it's going to be a 0, not a degree sign. I assure you. It's always just going to be 1. There's literally no exception. Anything to the power of 0 is just 1. So next, we are going to the second point I want to kind of explain. So any number to the first power will just be the number itself. So it could be something like 3 to the first power. It's just going to be 3, because you can kind of think about it as 3 times 1 is just 3, you know. And then it could be literally 907 times to the power of 1. You could just think about that as 907 times 1, and that's just 907, right? That brings me to the third point, which is any number to the second power can be read as number squared. This doesn't affect the actual value, but it's just people usually more commonly say something to the second power, not so often as just the number squared. It's just easier, I guess. So as you guys can see, just 5 squared, and I wrote it up here too. And then finally, to the last point before we go on to the quiz, any number to the third power can be read as the number cubed. 19 cubed can just be read 19 cubed, and it's just a little 3 right here. So any number to the third power will just be read as cubed. So that was it for the lesson, and now I will be going on to the quiz. So let's go. So now we are moving on to the quiz. So this quiz will just be a simple 3 questions, nothing too much. Hopefully they won't be too hard. And if you guys ever need to just like pause the video and just like unpause it once you're done. So here we have the first question of what is the value of 6 to the power of 2? And basically just means what is 6 squared in simpler words. So yeah, 3 seconds. Done. So the answer was just 6 times 6, and then you can kind of think about that as just 6 times 6, and then that is 36. So yeah, the answer is 36. So for the second question, this one may look a little bit intimidating because it's a bigger number. So this one is just, what is 2,902? Yes, to the power of 0. So I will give you guys just another 3 seconds to try and figure this one out. Done. So this one was definitely just a trick question, and the answer was simply 1. As I said in the earlier lesson, any number to the power of 0 is just 1. Like, there's no exception. Like, no matter how big or small the number is, it's just going to be 1. So that was kind of a trick question. Hopefully you guys didn't fall for that. Hopefully it was just still easy. You were able to just see that and be like, oh, that's 1. So yeah, moving on to the last question. We have, what is the value of 5 to the power of 5? Yeah, I will just give you guys another 3 seconds. Done. So if you guys just do like the simple math, 5 times 5, which is 25. And then you can do 25 times 5, which is just 125. And then you can do 125 times another 5, which is 625 or 625. And then finally, you can do 625 times 5, which is 3,125. So yeah, this one was definitely maybe a little bit of a harder question, but it's okay. So yeah, you guys can just tell, just like, because I just like counted all like the 5s. There's 1 5, 2 5, 3 5, 4 5, and 5 5. So the answer is just that. Not anything too hard, hopefully. It's just like some long multiplication for that question, and for most questions I would say. So yeah, hopefully you guys were able to get everything right. 3 out of 3, 100%. If you didn't, just rewatch the video, do it again. It's okay, we've all been there. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so that way whenever I upload, you guys will be updated. I try and also update you guys on my Instagram and my Twitter, which will be on the screen right now. Go follow those. I try and update you guys, and I need to get better at that, but I'm working on it, you know. So if you guys feel like the need to ask any questions, of course, any questions are always welcome about anything I teach. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye!